And we're shifting focus for now. Pakistan has captured an Islamic State operative from the Pakistan-Afghanistan border. The man arrested, Ozgur Altun, also known as Abu Yasir al-Turki, is reportedly the highest-ranking Turkish member of ISIS. He allegedly plotted terror attacks across Europe, including a foil bombing at a Taylor Swift concert in Vienna in August 2024. Intelligence inputs from Turkey led to the arrest. Back in March, Pakistani authorities captured another top ISIS Khorasan commander, Mohammad Sharifullah, near the Afghan border. He was responsible reportedly for the deadly 2021 suicide bombing at the Kabul airport that killed 13 U.S. service members. Tipped off by the U.S. intelligence, Pakistan acted again. But what really happens when India demands action? Take Masood Azhar, for example, the mastermind behind the 2001 Parliament and 2019 Pulwama attacks and the founder of the Jaish-e-Mohammed remains missing. For years now, Pakistan has claimed before the Financial Action Task Force, the global watchdog for money laundering and terror financing, that it cannot find him, claiming he is hiding in Afghanistan. Yes, near the very same porous Pakistan-Afghanistan border where it just found the Turkish ISIS member and the ISIS K commander. When tipped off by Turkey and US, is it just a coincidence? Or rather, is it convenience? It definitely is clear strategy. Pakistan uses the Afghanistan border as a diplomatic cover to avoid accountability. When the Financial Action Task Force grey-listed Pakistan, Masood Azhar vanished from their radar. And just like that, global terrorists like Azhar found a safe haven wherever Pakistan chooses. Remember, Osama bin Laden was not found hiding in a cave in Afghanistan. He was found in Abbottabad, less than a kilometer from Pakistan's military academy. That is not a coincidence. That's complicity. And the trend continues. Just last week, Nigerian forces arrested 4 Pakistanis allegedly training Boko Haram and ISIS-linked ISWAP in the country. They were not just Pakistani nationals, they were hired fighters for Pakistan. Terror exports, it seems, is a thriving business, which would explain why global terrorists are always found or sponsored by Pakistan. And Pakistan conveniently forgets where its own homegrown terrorists are, or does it? To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel. As India launched Operation Sindoor, a digital defense was also mounted to take down potential threats, targeting critical online infrastructure. Reports suggest several hacker groups from Pakistan and Bangladesh tried to bring down Indian websites. Their main objective was to try and deface websites and breach sensitive data of the Indian government and private organizations. India, in response, took concrete steps to ensure its cyber protection. One among them was to secure its core administrative platform, e-Office. As per reports, access to e-Office, that serves as the digital backbone of file processing and internal communication across central ministries, was significantly restricted during the military standoff. Only users on select government networks were allowed access. And what exactly are these platforms? The National Informatics Center network is a satellite-based network used by National Informatics Center, or NIC, to facilitate e-governance applications, whereas Web VPN is a virtual private network service, or VPN, offered by NIC for government employees only. Government agencies also instructed officials to keep user credentials like email and VPN access confidential and have them changed from time to time. Not just that, the government also banned uploading classified, secret or top secret files to the platform, citing fears of espionage or data leaks. The Israeli military has announced escalation of its ground operations inside the Gaza Strip. The IDF chief has directed troops to advance into new locations within the enclave amidst a major incident in southern Gaza. According to Gaza's health officials, Israeli gunfire near Rafah struck civilians who gathered at a food distribution point. The Gaza health officials said at least 31 people have died, over 170 people were injured in the incident. Eyewitnesses saying Israeli forces opened fire on people just as aid was being distributed.
We call on the entire Arab world and the international community to stop this bloodshed disaster. Stop this war. Why is this war completely targeting civilians? We are unarmed and just looking for food and clean drinking water. We went there simply to find something to eat. We have been suffering from a lack of water and food for over 100 days. Our children are dying of hunger and thirst. All of them were civilians just looking for food.
Many victims reportedly assembled in the hope of getting basic supplies like clean water.
They told them there is flour on the way. He went to get flour for his daughters. He was struck. He was martyred. They all went to get food. They went to get flour.
The Israeli military said an initial internal review found no evidence of its forces firing at civilians in or around the aid distribution area. They called reports suggesting otherwise as false.
Doing his best is almost to stop us from doing so. He is spreading rumors, fake news. He is trying bluntly and violently to stop the people of Gaza from reaching those distribution centers. We will investigate each and one of those incidents and each and one of those allegations.
International NGO Freedom Flotilla Coalition left the Italian port of Catania to deliver humanitarian aid to Gaza. A previous attempt had failed due to a drone attack on its ship in the Mediterranean. The crew volunteers, who include climate activist Greta Thunberg, set sail on the Madeleine carrying what the group called limited amounts, though symbolic. In fact, the human toll continues to climb in Gaza. In a post on X, the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees, citing data from UNICEF, said over 50,000 children in Gaza have either been killed or injured since October 2023. The agency described the crisis as one where no civilian, no child, no location in Gaza is safe anymore. And almost as if on cue, fresh Israeli airstrikes were reported again this morning in Gaza, with loud explosions and thick plumes of smoke rising above Gaza as seen from across the border in southern Israel. Footage on your screen coming up, also showing extensive damage in Gaza's Deir al-Bala area, where an alleged Israeli airstrike hit a mosque and nearby grave. Gaza's civil defense agency said another Israeli strike on a home in the northern town of Jabalia killed 14 people. Visuals showing Palestinians searching through the rubble of a building. As Israel pushes forward with its offensive, the situation in Gaza remains dire. The toll is over 54,000 since the start of the war. And switching gears, India continues to witness a fresh spike in COVID-19 cases, according to data shared by the Health Ministry. In fact, India's active COVID-19 caseload has touched the mark of 3,961, while 32 deaths have been attributed to the infection since January. A total of 203 new COVID cases were recorded in the last 24 hours. Delhi emerged as the worst affected, followed by West Bengal, Kerala and Maharashtra. The Union Health Ministry data revealed West Bengal reported 44 new infections, followed by Delhi with 47, Kerala with 35, Gujarat with 18 new cases. Sikkim reported 1 new case in the last 24 hours. At least 4 deaths were reported in the past 24 hours, mostly due to pre-existing conditions. The deceased from New Delhi was identified as a 22-year-old female with post-tuberculosis lung disease and bilateral lower respiratory tract infection. In Tamil Nadu, a 25-year-old male with bronchial asthma and severe acute tubular injury and an incidental COVID-positive status succumbed to the infection. In Maharashtra, a 44-year-old male with severe acute respiratory distress syndrome also succumbed to COVID-19. Earlier in Karnataka, a 63-year-old man was diagnosed with pulmonary tuberculosis. In Kerala, a 24-year-old woman succumbed to COVID-19 due to pre-existing conditions of hypertension and chronic liver disease. The overall rise in new cases has been sharp. Kerala, currently the worst hit state, accounts for 1,435 active cases, followed by Maharashtra with 506, Delhi 483, Gujarat 338, West Bengal a total of 331 active cases. Other parts with rising numbers including Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan. According to May 2025 classifications by the World Health Organization, subvariants LF7, LF.7 and NB.1.8.1 are categorized as variants under monitoring. In fact, Indian health officials have reassured people not to panic as all medical infrastructure is in place and experts have advised keeping symptoms like nasal congestion, nausea, gut problems and throat pain under observation. Moving on to Bangladesh, the country has introduced newly designed banknotes that no longer feature the country's first president, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, replacing his images with those of natural landscapes and traditional landmarks. The move comes as the trial of former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, the daughter of the late Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, gets underway. She was ousted last year, remember, following an uprising in the country. Sheikh Mujibur Rahman being removed from those banknotes also marks a big turning point in the country's political landscape. He is recognized, after all, as one of the country's founding fathers. He led Bangladesh as a leader from the time of its liberation from Pakistan in 1971 until he was assassinated in a 1975 coup. The redesigned banknotes now featuring natural landscapes, landmarks, and others that showcase the cultural heritage of Bangladesh. Images of Hindu temples and Buddhist places of worship also featuring on the new currency notes. The current and existing banknotes and coins will continue to be in circulation. Notes for 3 of the 9 different denominations were released. The other denominations of the notes with new designs will be released in phases. Existing notes and coins will remain in circulation alongside the new notes. Initial notes issued in 1972 after Bangladesh changed its name from East Pakistan featured a map.